super quick one. I'll keep my voice down because it's early. I'm setting off 7 o'clock for Astrakhan. Now we got this hotel and there was a massive upsell for the comfort room. We checked on Ostrovok, 3,100 rubles. When we got here, he said 5,000, but it was because 3,000 was for the economy, and we had this big upsell. It was like when we arrived, there was a bit of an argument really between Rob, myself, and the guy that runs the place. And in the end, we'd already been declined from one hotel, or for whatever reason they couldn't take foreigners that day, whatever. So we came here, and it got to the point. It was like, look, I just want to chill out. So in the end, he went for the economy room and I went for the comfort room. So I'll just show you what you get for your comfort room. So this is the room. Big chandelier. Russians love the chandeliers. A TV that doesn't play anything. That's corridor. And here's the bathroom, right? Oh, by the way, they're my slippers. Whose are those? Sorry, but the cleaner hasn't done her job. I've got someone else's slippers. And if I come into the bathroom, this is it. The toilet's kind of on an angle. But let me show you. Comfort. So the 2,000 rubles wasn't really worth it. They do have an AC unit, which is a massive difference, and it does work fantastically, but for almost double the price. Yeah, I think from here on we might be getting the Westerner prices. That's what it feels like. We'll see. Anyway, just thought I'd show you the room. I don't know if I will get riding footage today. It's just super sketchy. There's so many checkpoints where you can get randomly selected for papers, and the last thing I want to do is ride through military checkpoints where there are state police and soldiers with cameras running. It's just super sketchy. I would love to film some of the roads in Russia, but if I get in trouble with something like that, I'll be in some serious trouble, and that's not pretend trouble for YouTube. That's real trouble, that is, and I don't want it. I don't need it. I mean, tomorrow evening I'll be in Kazakhstan, so I'll see. Maybe I'll get some at some point, but it'll be a short clip. I'm riding with Rob today. We're actually riding together for the whole day up to Astrakhan. It says 6. I thought it was 7 hours. It's 6.5 hours of motorway, which is grueling. I need to stop at a restaurant, at a supermarket, and get some bits, and my shampoo's running out and it's my favourite. Anyway, we'll just see. If I don't get footage, I don't get it because it wasn't safe. Anyway, day 3 in Russia. Can you see the sweat on my head? It has been an absolute slog of a day getting to Astrakhan. I've got a massive story to tell. No riding footage because there was nothing you wanted to see. Well, there was something you wanted to see, but I reckon if I filmed it, I'd have been shot. So, here's my room in Astrakhan anyway. This is a place Rob picked out. Rob's been, I owe him so much, you know. Anyway, right, the room first. Here we are. This was 2,000 rubles, so about £19, $20. I've got a fridge with the door open. And I've got a fireplace. So I can have a fire maybe. And then I've got a lovely view. Look at this view. Yes. Beautiful. You know, it's really hard. It's really hard to find a house fire view, but we've got one. Almost as hard to find as a bombed out view, but in the bathroom, I mean, 2,000 rubles. I was going to say the electricity doesn't work. Oh, and I thought I was going to flick to life. Actually, no, the electricity doesn't work. Hang on. Let me just try the... Right, so the switch is fucked. Honestly, do you know what? 2,000 rubles. Now, there's a reason. A bit of a story time. Right, this might be a long one, I don't know. But I've ridden 550 kilometres today. Me and Rob both have. We set off at the same time, and we've just ridden from Makachkala to Astrakhan. Now this wasn't easy. There's a fuel shortage in certain parts of Russia, and you can't get 95 octane petrol. It's been blazing hot as well, 33 degrees. And we set off. Now my bike will do about 500 kilometres on the most economical run. If I ride economically, which I was. So we filled up once, and then we managed to get about 90 kilometres away from Astrakhan. Not a single petrol station had 95. I ended up having to put 5 litres of 92 RON in. 92 octane, which the bike's not meant to have in. I don't know if it'll do any long-term damage, probably not, probably fine. The recommendation is 95, I'm sure it'll run 5 litres of 92 in. If it had the 5 litres of 92 in, probably had 3 litres of 95 in, so worked out maybe 93 and a half. So I'm sure it'll be fine. And then I've managed to find, the prices of the petrol kept going up and up, obviously supply and demand. And then we found a place selling 150 rubles a litre, so about £1.40, about $1.50 a litre. I don't know what American prices are, but that's about UK price, which is very expensive. Which is why they probably had it in stock and no one was buying it. But I would love to pay £1, 150 rubles per litre, because it's either that or run out. Anyway, I got to the point before that garage. Rob had an emergency bladder with 5 litres in of 95, and he shared it with me. What a nice man. And he risked us both not making it rather than guaranteeing that he was going to make it. What a guy. Honestly, such a lovely fella. He doesn't want to be on the camera, and I'm not going to film him, obviously. Honestly, what a guy. So today's been, yeah, I'd say today's been the hardest day. It's been really difficult. But let me tell you something else. The big story. So the reason why it was really hard, yeah, we were on some dual carriageways, and I got pulled. So we went through lots of military checkpoints today, and none of them asked to see us, documents and all that. It's just random. I think it's just random. We didn't get picked. But a police car came up behind me and Rob while we were riding. He put his lights on, and he came past me and he said something on his loudspeaker. Don't know what it was because I don't know Russian. He doesn't speak a word of English. So I pulled up. I thought, here we go, documents time. He walks past Rob, comes to see me on the bike, and we're sat there expecting. He says, "Oh, turn off. You know, key turn off." He says, "Document." All right, okay. Get documents. I'll give them to him. He's having a look, and he wants the migration card and the bike customs card. 2 things you cannot lose. If you lose those, you can't leave. Okay. And oh, the bog smells. Oh no, it's the drain. It's the drain in the bathroom. This has been a common theme. Shit, fuck. Yeah. Fucking hell, stinks in there. Close that up. But anyway, yeah, he said come back into the car. Alright, I thought, here we go. And as I walked past Rob, I looked at him, and he knew what was happening, and I knew what was happening. I get in the car. So I've never had a police officer invite me to sit in the passenger seat of his car. Doesn't make sense, does it, if you're in trouble. I get in, and he shows me this footage on his phone, and it's me supposedly overtaking a lorry with a solid line in the middle of the road. Now let me tell you something. The locals do not give a fuck about the lines in the road. They don't give a toss. The lines in the road, that's nothing. It's like, anyway, I drive, wherever I go, I ride like the locals drive. This is no good. So, and it was about 20 minutes after that happened when he pulled us. So I think he's been following us for some time, waiting for us to mess up, to break the smallest traffic law. But I did break it, supposedly. And he decided to pull me, so I got in the car, and he's got this sheet, this formal sheet out. Hey, do you want to, you know, give me your driving licence, your card? He's got all my documents, so he's got them all in his hands. He's not going to give me them. He starts gesturing towards, like this, like oh. But, and he kept saying these 2 words, like, Pirshish or something. I don't speak any Russian, and I got the translator out. And of course I had no signal, so I could only do English to Russian text, no voice, and it wouldn't do Russian back to English. And he wanted $500. No word of a lie, he wanted $500, which is like 40,000 rubles. And I laughed at him, which wasn't very smart. And I just said, look, on the translator, look, I don't have access to any money in this country. I don't have access to anything. My visa, my cards don't work. I said, $500, I can't afford that. And I said, what is this? And I started asking him, is this a fine? Is it a penalty? My license? And as soon as I said no, he starts filling the form in. And he does a line. And he keeps doing this gesture towards the gear stick, you know. I'm thinking, what's this? Anyway, I didn't click until later. That's make me an offer. Make me an offer. So this guy sat there, and because he started at 40,000 rubles, I got my wallet out onto my thing. I said, on the translator, I didn't say how much the fine was. I just said how much. And he was like, oh, well, 20,000. Ah, 20,000, so $250 for crossing a white line on a road. Hey, he must be the highest paid cop in all of Dagestan, eh? So anyway, look, cut long story short, we negotiated. He saw the inside of my wallet, which was a mistake. Don't let him see the inside of your wallet, because he saw all of the rubles that I had on me, on my person. He didn't know what other money I had on the bike or on my person, which is a good thing. But he knew that overlanders like myself have cash, and he knew they carried dollars as well. He knows the game, he's played it many times, you could just tell. Anyway, every time I say no, he starts filling the sheet in. And then he does the gesture, make another offer. And he filled this sheet in, maybe a third of the sheet got filled in. And I said, look, I'm going to shake your hand. You're going to get 5,000 rubles, which is about £50, about $60. So you're going to get this here. And I'll shake your hand, we'll both have a good day. I came down to 10, eventually 7. I had to give this police officer 7,000 rubles. My hotel for tonight was 2. For dinner 2 nights ago, me and Rob came to about £15, which is like, you know, 1,700 rubles. I gave this police officer 7,000 rubles. I was extorted. And this isn't like a bribe. I've bribed people before. But for me, a bribe is, oh, the restaurant's fully booked. We don't have a reservation. Hey, you know, help us out here. Or look at all these people doing this system. What's the best way to do it? Tell me. You volunteer some money. Maybe you get a service or some information. No problem. But this was the other way around. This guy had a video of me supposedly breaking a traffic law, and he was getting as much money out of me as he could. I was extorted. Really, really unpleasant. And I honestly thought, I didn't think it would actually happen in Russia. I heard it doesn't happen anymore. I heard there's another country that I'm going through where this does happen. But no, it does happen here. So I wasn't going to argue. You got to remember that for everyone that's about to say, oh, why didn't you just do nothing? I'm in a country where there's no support, there's no safety net here. If things go wrong, there's nothing, there's no one going to help me here. You know, there's absolutely nothing in place, or there could be in place for me here. So I paid him. And as soon as I paid him, that's it, I put the money under this little pocket in the dashboard where the gear stick was, and he put the form away. And I shook his hand, which I despise. Not many things in life I regret shaking his hand, actually. Because now that I think back, it was disgusting. I shook his hand as if deal done. What deal was made? I paid for nothing. The footage, it was grainy, it didn't actually show anything. He just took the piss. Anyway, it's money gone. So I'm £70 down, pretty much. So it's a chunk of the budget just put in someone else's pocket, basically. Which is really... And I thought this would be, if it did happen, I thought if this did happen, it would be like a gimmick. Oh, it might be a funny experience. You'll laugh about it later, you know. Tick the box, or you've bribed an official. No, it wasn't. It felt really, really unpleasant. It really did feel unpleasant. Yeah, it was really awful. And it took me about an hour. I didn't dare overtake a wagon for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, but it took me about an hour to make my peace with it and put it to bed. It was really... Yeah, it was just was shit. I don't know, it made me feel shit. And I thought, you know, in the past I thought maybe this would be funny. No, it wasn't funny, it was crap. So anyway, the money's gone. So I'm trying to save money over the next week to kind of get that money back. So I might do a bit more camping, you never know. But that's the story for the day. Anyway, Rob saved my bacon with the petrol. We managed to find petrol in the end. I'm now in Dagestan. We've got a full bike, and tomorrow I'm going straight to the border. I'm going to Kazakhstan. Rob's decided to stay 2 nights. He's going to do laundry and sort his bits and pieces out and all that, which is totally cool. So we're going to split up, actually. So don't want to get a lump in my throat or anything, but it's been lovely. Excuse me. But, so we're going to have a few beers, I think, tonight, and then tomorrow I'm heading to the border pretty sharpish in the morning. I don't want to get caught in queues. It could be another long day like it was to get in. So we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, super long one, that super long story. I might get some footage tonight, I might not. We'll just see how it goes. But it's just not a good idea filming around here. So